All right, so I'm going to review what was covered Friday. See where we're at so far. Friday we did word problems for exponential growth and decay. If anybody would like to turn in the assignment on paper, you can do so now. Right here, name, date, period on it. If for any reason you are not able to submit online, or you just couldn't get that 75% and you showed your efforts on paper.
My birthday is tomorrow. I don't know.
67.
Milo, what would you like for your birthday?
Dang, my therapist's birthday tomorrow.
Yes, I'm not good.
No.
Marla, let's stay on track.
No, I have two therapists.
It's my birthday though.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, this was the formula, or the model, we should say, for exponential growth. You take your initial amount. On Friday, we talked about the cost of a car. It was $25,000. Parentheses 1 plus the rate. With your rate, it'll be an interest rate or a percentage. You convert that to a decimal, parentheses, and the amount of time is an exponent. This is your exponential growth function for word problems as discussed Friday. If it's decreasing or decay, you just put a minus sign in there. It's the same thing. Later on in class, we talked about in the finance industry how interest can be compounded in certain ways, making the formula a little more complicated. Sometimes this end value is also used for like bacteria, biology, chemistry. Chemistry in particular might also have a certain compounding part of it. But for our purposes, we're pretty much just talking about finance. Anyway, if you put your money in a savings account and they tell you that they're going to give you 5% interest annually, you don't want them to wait a whole year. Like what if you move away and you want to take your money out after 6 months? You won't get that whole interest rate. So what they've decided is they'll take your rate, maybe they'll compound it monthly, so you can get a little bit each month. You don't have to wait a whole year to get your interest rate. So they would take their rate and divide it by 12 and give you a little bit every month. That means after a year, it wasn't compounded just once, it was actually compounded every month for a year, so you would do 12 times 1 in the exponent. Okay? That's kind of cool too, because if they give you a little interest in after 1 month, that means like the second month you already have a little bit more money. And so you get interest on that, and the third month you have a little bit more. So it's you can have interest compounded monthly, weekly, daily, twice a year. Quarterly would be 4 times a year. So when that happens, you just have to divide it here and multiply it here. N is the number of times per year. That's a review from Friday. So here's our problem. $1,000 charged to a credit card with a 17% interest rate, compounded monthly. What's left in 5 years? So if you've got a little calculator, you have to be real careful about your order of operations and the way you do this. If you have the TI-36, you should be putting this all in at once. Just type it in once, hit enter once. It shouldn't be like multiple operations. If you don't have anything, go to Desmos Scientific Calculator and do it there. On a little calculator, TI-30, first you divide, then you add 1. So you do in the parentheses. And then you do your exponent. Last, you multiply by 1,000. So it's a lot more steps with a smaller calculator than with a good TI-36 or Desmos. Yes. Yes.
2,325.
Yep. So in 5 years, your $1,000 grew quite a bit. Oh wait, that's bad. This is credit card debt. Actually, student third period. I wrote it out. A nice sentence.
wonder what's my brother
So a student in third period, they said, you know what, shouldn't that be written as a negative sign? And I love that comment because if we're talking about debt, a lot of times it's in the red. In your bank account, it will show up with a negative sign in front of it, showing you owe that amount. So, yeah, that $1,000 grew and you're still paying it back. Getting late fees. That's without late fees. Late fees are a doozy. You got to pay your bill on time. All right, so today we start a research project in which we'll talk about both credit card debt and student loan debt. So right here, the junk mail is an extra credit opportunity for the project. So I have that the junk mail is due by Friday. Hopefully that gives you enough time to get to the mailbox. See if you or your parents or your aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, brother, sister have any junk mail. Sometimes it's just like a postcard from a bank. Or if you get like coupons in the mail, sometimes there'll be something in there. Or if anybody in your family gets a bank statement, sometimes there's a flyer in there for like a credit card offer or a savings account. Whatever you do, don't bring in any personal information. You can cut that out and just bring in like an offer from a bank. And what we'll do is just talk about like what's on the fine print and talk about how to read it and understand it. Okay? So when you turn in your credit card project, you'll staple it to that. Though I'm contradicting myself a little bit because this is due probably Wednesday. And I'm leaving this open until Friday just to give you more time to get the mail. So, okay. Before I talk more about the project, I want to take questions on Friday's assignment. Does anybody have any questions on the 6 problems online or? There were some problems in entering the answers. It was rounded differently. I have number 3 here. A lot of students had a hard time with number 3B. The answer was 2016 because it was about 2 years that it would grow from 7 billion to 7.5 billion cell phone subscribers. So does anybody want to ask a question about the assignment Friday? Growth and decay.
I figured it out eventually.
That's what it is. I rounded it. You got that right. I got it right, but I rounded it. Wait. Well, to be no. Are you sure you got that right? How was I 3?
Does it show you the right answer?
It does. Reese's question half he was 3 off. Are you sure you got the right answer? Maybe you rounded.
Do you want me to show it? Do you want me to show an answer?
Yeah.
Wow, you guys.
Sure, it didn't state around.
30% more submissions than first period.
You did?
Yeah.
What about third period?
I feel bad for first period.
Well, because they're tired. Like, they don't know. Like, they forget to do. Like, honestly, like, I would. Like, I have environmental science first period. Sucks.
Yeah.
Like, having a really, like,
It really
class
matters.
first period just sucks.
Yes. It was due when I asked for it. I really haven't gone over any answers, but yeah, it was due. Did you submit any online? So do you know your score? So you got like 1, 2, or what? Do you know are you willing to share your percentage and we could talk about? Okay, so you're only a 75 is full credit. So if you want to come in now, between now, anytime after school to the end of third quarter, I'll give you 1 or 2 problems to do and you'll be right up to full credit. Yeah, which question are you asking about?
Something so bad.
I know what it is.
Oh,
You forgot compound?
yeah,
always adding. I thought it was
I don't.
quarterly. Yeah.
Like I knew that wasn't just me, right?
I didn't know how to do any of
It's falling. The floor is like wet.
I heard it was really bad. Okay, I guess we'll move on.
I don't appreciate that smell.
Oh, got it.
I don't know. It's definitely weird. I will say that. All right, here's your research project information. It is 100 points, which is the same as a test grade. So this is considered an alternate assessment. So if, taking that test, you feel like it doesn't quite accurately reflect your ability level, the research project is an opportunity to show some of your research skills. So there's two options. You have to pick one: the credit card research project or the student loan research project. I'll go through both of them right now, and then I'll pass them out for you to pick. No, required.
Can we crack open the door? Yeah, please. Yes, bro. It's so
You had a very good question. I did not ask the question.
Jacob. You can use it for 5 out of 100 points. You guys, an assignment is 4 points. Do you understand? So whatever you use it for is 4 points. So if it's a 100-point test, it's 4 points to the test. If it's a 100-point project, it's 4 points towards the project. So instead of an assignment pass, just call it a 4-point pass. But actually, I bump it to 5. So.
It's not from just the classroom.
We need to. No, we need to covert plant people in other classrooms because.
Maybe it's just us.
No. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so research credit cards online. Answer each question below while you conduct the research. You have to cite your sources. If there's no sources cited, it's 15 points off. So top is an 85. You don't have to use MLA. If you know MLA really well, please use MLA sites, but really you just have to write a website to show that you got this knowledge from somewhere.
Is it something we're turning in or something we're presenting?
Turning in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we present for extra credit?
No and no. So you might even know how credit cards work, so you could just answer that from your memory if you want. What do APR stand for? What is a credit score? Pros and cons. And then we're going to get into some math. You receive a credit card freshman year, 17% interest rate. It's actually the same as this situation for Bellwart. You charge $1,000 on it. How much will you owe for each of these years? Then you're going to actually research real banks and see how much they're offering students right now. The average in 2025 is a 23% APR. You're going to find a bank that offers a credit card below that and a credit card above that. And then you're going to complete 2 more tables for above and below. So after that, you will graph those 2 tables. You need a title, an X and Y axis, intervals, a key, and an accurate sketch. And then lastly, a 5-sentence summary. You can use those bullet points to guide you. Yeah, please pay attention to the rubric. I follow it closely when I am grading you. If I'm going to take points off, I come to the rubric and I see which one of these is it. How many points is it? It's not just based on what I feel like, okay? For 1 through 4, you have complete sentences. It's accurate. Your sources are cited for 20 points. For 5 and 6 and 7 through 9, The formula is done correctly, the amounts are correctly calculated, and the equations are shown. Number 10 is your graph. To get full 20 points on your graph, you have to do all those bullet points listed, and then your summary, complete sentences. Okay, I'm almost done. Now I'll talk about the student loans. So you're going to research how much it costs to go to college in Florida. You're going to pick 3 schools. If you already know you're not into the 4-year education, please, I encourage you to use MTC in this last one. Pick a program at MTC and find out how much it costs. So pick a school, go to that school's website and look up cost of tuition, cost to live there, cost to eat there, books and other things. You're going to times these by 4 so you can get a total for all 4 years.
Are these paper for students?
Yes, and you can write on it. Then this is stuff no one tells you until you're signing your papers for college. There's 4 types of student loans. There's a maximum amount that you can borrow on this type of student loan. You're going to look up loan deferment. Then you're going to do some math. Assume you borrow $22,000. This will show you what your balance will be from 1 to 10 years if you do not pay it down. Then we're going to talk about strategies for paying debt down. You will do that again for your master's degree. You'll look up how much it costs to get a master's degree. Lots of careers are asking you for master's degrees these days. Then you will make 2 graphs just like the credit card project and a 5-sentence summary. There's a rubric for that one also. Pretty much the same thing though. Any questions?
Can we go outside?
No. Okay. Oh, you have the rest of the class today. You have all class tomorrow, and I will give you class time Wednesday if you guys seem to be on task. If lots of people are just doing whatever they want, laughing, joking, like this is social hour instead of math time, then I won't give you class on Wednesday. Okay, you're supposed to be working on this project. So if you're using this as free time, I'm going to assume you don't care. You're not going to do it yourself or something like that, and I'm not going to give class time. We'll just get it turned in. Okay? Yeah. I'm passing it out right now. Does it smell out there? Like real bad? Yeah. Okay. At the top of the paper, the first 2 words are either student loan or credit card. You can write on it. You get to pay, but they're going to run out. So the people in the back are going to get what you get. Yeah. That's the benefit of sitting in the front. Oh, are they? Good one, Jacob. Jacob, which one do you want? Student loans or credit cards?
Yeah, he doesn't want it.
If you want to take the L.
Alright, let's see this. Credit card,
Which one do you want? Okay. You can look them both over. Those are the 2 options. Pick one. So that one's the student loans. That one's the credit cards. That's it. If you've already done a credit card project before, pick the student loans. If you've already researched college costs and other classes, pick the credit cards, you know? If you've done both, then you just pick whatever you want.
Can you just take a paper and pass it back to Matt? Just take.
They're the same amount of work. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just the website. Like oh, also you guys, you're not allowed to use Wikipedia. However, you are allowed to use Investopedia, which is a very cool website. Lots of great financial information that is informative because it helps you understand complicated finances. So Investopedia, yes. Wikipedia, no.
I got the credit
What's
card
that on
on.
your thing?
It's a microphone
For what?
for the video I do every day.
You'll invest that.
Well,